Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. We have Austin returning again.
Howdy.
For another special video. And today, in spirit of the Olympics are going on right now, I'm not sure when this video will be posted, but the Olympics will probably still be fresh in everyone's mind. We're going to do the Cheap Knife Olympics. So we have a whole bunch of just
Pretty cheap knives.
pretty cheap knives. We went out and just bought a bunch of really cheap stuff. We'll probably do a part 2 of this at some point.
At some point, when we get a little more, maybe a little more knives.
Yeah, a little more variety. So we're probably going to split this into 2 parts, a fixed blade
and a
video
folder video.
and a folder video. But I think right now we should just unpackage all of them, because
I like that idea.
there's a bunch. So first of all, pocket check. I have the Tucson TS226. Pretty cool knife.
And I have the Bestech Warwolf. Love this knife.
That's an awesome knife. I love Bestech.
Bestech is a good brand.
So should we just start here and go that way?
Sure. How about we meet in the middle? I'll
Okay.
start here. You start down there.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
We have a cheap Ozark Trail.
And then if I remember the prices or stuff, we could throw them up on the...
I think we should have, because you have, there's some of your receipts.
Yeah.
I don't have all of mine, but I think we'll get together afterwards and we'll
Yeah,
throw them on the screen for you guys.
We'll mix stuff up.
Yeah, we'll wing it. Yeah, $5. Yeah.
So, ironically, he's starting with the Ozark Trail folder. I have an Ozark Trail machete. I think this one was $4.95.
Yeah, that was $4.95. I think this one was about the same, actually. This little.
Yeah. Oh, geez, I don't want to cut the sheath in pieces.
Yeah, because don't forget, we have to review that little
The sheath. Oh, my
that
gosh.
turd of a sheath, right?
Yeah.
So there we go. We have the little Ozark Trail. Oh, I'm looking. It's an Ozark Trail.
Oh, geez, it's got a...
So we have.
They put this sucker in there.
This one was probably one of the most. We have 3 that are on the little more. They're not
Yeah.
quite so cheap.
Our limit was about $30.
This one here is Wartech. Yeah, it's a Wartech. Another little Wartech. It's a nice little knife, sure.
I will say, I was stupid and impatient. I already opened that one in the car.
Yeah.
And it was having problems locking up.
Yeah, we were playing with that one earlier, and yeah, it was not locking up properly.
So here's an Ozark Trail 18-inch machete. And here's the
Paper sheath.
paper sheath. Plastic handle. It's a Latin style machete. No point. I look at that. The point's like gone.
Not even there.
So
Right here we have a slip joint, right?
Yeah.
A little Camillus slip joint. This is what, about $10?
yeah, about $10.
Yeah, I can get it out.
Here we have a Groundwork brand machete. So again, it's kind of a Latin style machete, but it's got these weird serrations at the tip.
Yeah,
And
it's
kind
really
of a-
weird looking.
Got an interesting handle.
That was about
Again,
$10.
Paper sheath.
That was 12, wasn't it? That was 12, actually.
12?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe.
That is funky.
And here we have this. This one has the. Ooh, I don't like where that feels. It has like some. We'll talk about
We'll
that
talk
later.
about that.
Yeah, there's this. Ugly bastard.
How does this open up? The Tractor Supply brand. Ah, there we go.
That's.
This is the Groundwork 13-inch cane knife. Which, by the way, I can already tell I hate these. Look at that. Look how they did that.
Oh,
That
that's
is-
gonna bug me.
Yeah, that is weird. Like, the tang stops
Yeah,
right
you
there.
can see right through it.
Yeah.
And here's we have another Camillus. Another titanium knife. This
Which-
one.
I have reviewed that one, actually.
Yeah, so we have high hopes for this one.
Not the exact same version, though.
Yeah.
So,
You said you have the silver version,
the
right?
silver-bladed version, yeah.
I like my dark stuff.
He's a coated blade guy. So,
If only they made a coated version of the Warwolf.
you know, they are coming out with a partially coated version of it, I think I've seen.
Yeah, that'll work for me.
And then we have this Smith & Wesson professional quality tools camp set. This was $30,
I don't like that.
but there's 3 knives in there, so we're going to call each knife a $10 knife.
Yeah, well, these pretty much, except for mine, is the Wartech that we have here, were $10.
Yeah. So in this little set, Look
got
at that
3
sheath.
knives.
Yeah, 3 knives.
And
So this one, like a bird and trout knife. I kind of like that little choil there. This one's not actually that uncomfortable.
weirdly, it's not.
Yeah.
Grooves kind of fit in.
We're gonna have to take those stickers off. Then we have like a little skinning hunting knife type deal. So.
And here we have some Outdoor Edge. I have high hopes for these.
I do too, actually.
Because Outdoor Edge are a tough brand.
You know, I actually donated an Outdoor Edge knife to Metal Complex a couple months ago. It was a folder.
These
That
are
was
really,
a change a blade.
they're really good for skinning. They're pretty simple, but they're really good for actual utility stuff. So
I know a lot of guys who use these.
they're really good hunting knives because
Yeah,
they
in
have
fact-
like they have non-slip everything.
Right.
So pretty good.
289. Okay, usually. Okay, so 420 J2 steel, which is nothing to get excited about. I think that pack was about $20. So we'll call those each $10 knife.
Each $10 knife.
Oh, come
I
on,
don't understand the
sticker.
sheath here, but
We got some funky sheaths today, that's for sure.
yeah, I'm confused.
And then the
Like they don't button.
bigger knife for this set
You
is
have a-
this, like, kind of a camping santoku style
It's a spatula.
kitchen knife. A spatula.
It's a sharp spatula. That's all it is.
The grind is retarded. Look at that.
Yeah.
Thick.
It's got like this weird little, like it gets really thick right there when it's sharpened.
Yeah, and it's not like a smooth transition either. It's a abrupt.
So here we have another Wartech. This one was on sale for $12. That's what that looks like. I also got a little carried away and I opened this one before. So there's this one.
That one's pretty cool. Ooh.
Except for the plastic scales.
Ooh.
It's cool except for the plastic scales.
It's like a modified sheep's foot blade.
But I mean, the sheath looks interesting.
That might actually be the most simple sheath that we have today.
Simple. Well, I don't know about that.
Okay.
We got
yeah,
that paper
true. Two of them.
2 paper sheets.
And this is just a monster.
Did you also show this? Well, yeah, we also have this. This one is...
This
one
is a
of
knife I've had for a
his.
while. We'll just throw it in here. We may or may not do stuff with it.
Yeah, and then I also brought a few that we're probably going to
Do separate reviews on.
do a separate review on.
Okay, so we're going to start with the folders first. And let's judge them first on their fit and finish.
All right.
So, what should we start with? You know what? Let's... There we go. See the knives.
Now you can see our little...
crotch cam.
Yeah, crotch cam, you know, perfect camera. Alright, so we have four different browns, really, right?
Yeah, well, these two are the same brand, but four different knives.
Four different knives
and
all
they're
together.
all kind of different. So,
Yeah, they all got different.
I guess first let's just do kind of a general look over.
Yeah, we'll just start from
Yeah, so
Left to
let's
right.
start with this one.
left to right. Yeah,
Centering is pretty much perfect.
pretty much perfect.
Yeah. Pocket clip is reversible, tip down only. Ball bearing flipper. Flips really nice.
Ooh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, gotta like that.
Lockup. Maybe a hair of wiggle.
Yeah, it's got a little.
Just
it's got
a hair.
Just a little, like just a tiny
Yeah,
bit.
the tiniest bit.
But I mean, it pretty much falls closed.
Yeah, great action.
really great.
We'll get to the action category in a little bit, but
That's pretty nice.
yeah, let's go ahead and test the sharpness.
Let's see. We have us.
Girl with watermelon or something.
She looks super depressed. Okay, so there we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
For being a cheap knife, that's not bad.
All right.
Kinda like that.
Yeah, that's pretty sharp. Okay. So, nice. I guess fit and finish. Should we keep track of these? Like, score them?
Yeah, like,
Okay,
well,
yeah,
like 1
yeah.
to 10, you know, like. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's comfortable. It looks nice. And the scales are a little sketchy or a little iffy, but
Plasticky. But
Little
it's sharpened
plasticky.
well, perfectly centered,
fall shut.
falls shut,
little
just
wiggle.
a tiny bit of blade play. I think we can give this one, again, we're talking cheap knives,
Yeah, cheap.
7 out of 10.
I was going to go with a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
7 out of 10
10.
seems reasonable.
Okay, so that's a good score.
All right, now the next one. That
Next
is
one, the Ozark Trail.
Ozark Trail, yeah.
Centering. Also, again,
Pretty good. Ozark Trail are
just
usually...
about perfect.
Ozark Trail are really good cheap knives.
Yeah, yeah.
I will give them that.
I think these scales are aluminum? Maybe? Plastic? I don't know. I can't tell.
I think they might be like a hard plastic.
Okay, hard plastic.
Maybe. Oh no, they might. It's hard to tell. They might be aluminum. I think they are aluminum because they got like dents in them.
Yeah.
So I think they are aluminum.
So right there, there's a thing on the fit and finish. We've got like little tiny
little dents towards the top there.
Focus in on there. I'm not sure if that's going to show up. Okay, so thumb stud knife.
Pretty smooth.
Okay, it flipped open.
And you wiggle. Really got to grip it.
I don't think there's any wiggle, but a little bit of lock rock. See if you're seeing that.
Yeah, it doesn't wiggle this way, but yeah, you can see it right there as it kind of, you see how it pulls away a little?
Right.
Yeah, but
so a little bit of lock rock, which I don't like. Is it lefty approved?
It's a little rough, but there we go.
Okay.
It's a little rough, but it gets there. It's slimy.
It's a slick knife.
Very slick knife. Those little indents don't give much. You can test this one.
Okay, I'll do the sharpness.
You can do that one.
Oh geez, flick out there again. Ooh, lockup is at like 90% already. So I am worried about this guy in the durability lock test.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna bend.
We'll see. Okay, sharpness.
A little drag.
A little bit of drag. I don't think it's as smooth as the Camillus was.
The Camillus was like butter through there, but that's a little.
Yeah.
So I think on terms of, I'd say about a 6.
So I can reverse flick it. I felt that tip scrape my finger, but.
So what do you think? About a 6?
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
It's not as it's got some good features, but it's not as good as a Camillus.
Right.
I mean, but there is a bit of a price difference, you know, $4, $10, but still.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. I'll let you start with the next one.
So then we have a Wartech. This is the most expensive out of the 4 we have, and it is
a steel frame lock.
It is a steel frame lock, and it is solid, but.
It's an assisted knife, but that flip is kind of lazy.
It's pretty lazy. Like it's slow, and a lot of the time it won't even catch. Like
it won't lock up.
Surprisingly, it did this time, but it barely
barely any
caught
lock engagement.
This one, I mean, it's a nice little Tonto. I do like the blade shape of it. I mean, you know, you got a nice grind and everything. It's a nice looking blade.
I think the knife it kind of reminds me of a Brad Zinker design.
Yeah, I really do like it. It's got a little heft, but I like heft. It's got, you got, what is this?
That's a tip-up carry clip. It's a
tip-up carry clip, yeah.
And it's reversible, you don't see that very much, so you gotta give Wartech credit for that.
Yeah, Wartech, they do make some pretty good ones, and it's a little off to one side.
It's a little off-centered. And
just a little bit.
And they did that weird double scale. On this side.
on this side right there, you got a little bit of a double scale.
I don't know why they did that, but
yeah, because that's not even the locking side.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Let's try some sharpness.
Yeah, let's see what the sharpness is. The steel, by the way, we know the steel on this one is 3CR13,
which happens to be a favorite of
Wartech. Yeah.
That's pretty sharp.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say that one's. I think the only downside is probably just the
action, the lockup.
Just the lockup. I don't know. I'm leaning with an 8. I think on this one.
You gonna go with 8?
The only problem we have with it is really the action and the centering.
Yeah. Okay. And then the steel on the Camillus, actually, it says it here, doesn't it? It says 420. So. Yeah,
I think that's what most knives are made out of.
Yeah, this one here's 420, which definitely is not the peak of anything, but it's at the price point. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, we reviewed the carnivores, and we got good results out of those.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you give me your, what do you think? Ooh, look at
I
that.
was gonna say, and detent lash.
D10 that's.
Ooh.
I'm gonna bump it down a little bit.
I was gonna say, and especially since
Like
this
a
is the
7.5
most
now.
expensive. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 7. I'm gonna tie it with the Camillus.
I'm gonna tie with the Camillus. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more expensive, but I think the Camillus has. I'm gonna go with the
yeah.
Camillus. It's more durable. I think.
Yeah. You want to get the slip joint? So
Slip joint.
the slip joint we kind of got since it's different from the others. You know, wide variety, be diverse,
And it was cheap in there.
and it was cheap, and it was there.
I mean, you got 2 blades.
You got 2 blades, double the blades, double the edge retention.
True. But it's
So
slip joint.
yeah, it's gonna be tested a little bit differently than these other ones. But as for fit and finish, what were you saying about the?
They're more plastic.
Yeah, these are not jig bone. It's plastic.
Yeah, that is trash.
There's quite a bit of gap between.
Yeah, there is.
everything.
Look down here.
Oh yeah, a lot of gap there.
That is a huge gap between.
Is that rust?
That looks like there's rust in there. Looks like there's right here
Yeah.
in that gap, and the next one there's quite a bit of rust in there.
It looks like they're focus.
There's a lot of it. You can see going all the way up, and all the gaps that there are.
I'm not sure if it'll focus on that, but yeah. Centering on a slip. I mean,
It's squished.
it. It is what it is.
It's
Do you want to
tight.
do the sharpness? Do you want me
No,
to?
you do that. You do that one.
Okay.
It's your turn.
So here we've got like a little
Little sheep's foot.
foot blade. I do like actually that it has this bump, makes it easier to grab.
Yeah, you can reach over the other blade. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
That's pretty sharp.
that's
That's
actually
decent.
very slicey. Let's try
Let's try
this
the
other
big
one.
one.
Okay, clip point. Not as
as
sharp,
sharp.
no. But still,
Still slicey.
wow.
The weird that the secondary blade is what's sharper than the primary blade.
Yeah, that is weird. That
You
is
think it'd be
weird.
the other way around, but
And since my camera's a whiny little turd and cut us off, I wasn't gonna say turd.
yeah.
It cut us off on this. We discussed a little bit.
we looked at it a little
Yeah.
more after we got cut off. We realized that the sheep's foot isn't centered at all.
No. So we're gonna give this one a 5 on the fit and finish.
It's
So this puts the scores. These two are tied.
with a 6.
This one is in the So these two are tied at 7, 6,
and 5.
and 5. So now let's go ahead and do some edge retention tests.
Yeah.
Go grab the cardboard.
I'll grab this guy. How many you want? Just one?
Bring a few of them. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna do the super scientific or anything. We are just gonna go with the factory edges. Factory edges can sometimes suck, but we're just gonna cut through cardboard until the knife doesn't slice through paper anymore. Deal?
Fair enough.
Okay. So you could choose one. I'll choose one. We'll go for it. Okay, and I'll do the this guy.
Yeah.
Take my piece of cardboard.
Take mine. How do you want to start? Just down the middle?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Whoa. That was a little surprising.
The slicey.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't
And
expecting it
then
to
we
be
will
so good.
also be kind of in the back of our head, remember to kind of think about how the performance was. See if they get a good score on that.
Yeah, see if it was worth
So I'm
Worth
at
it.
2 slices.
I gotta maneuver myself.
3,
It ain't the best.
4, 5.
That's 3. 4.
So again, not super scientific. We're not going to come up with absolute numbers on
No.
these.
So, like, I'm sure we can count the cuts there.
Oh, you want to count? You want to count?
No, I really don't.
We'll look back on the video.
You're the editor, you have to figure it out.
Oh, thanks.
pretty good.
You know, Ozark Trail does not tell what steel they use, but I've actually had pretty good luck with it.
So am I. Ozark Trail.
We
Like
used a lot of Ozark Trail knives when we were kids.
Yeah. Every time we go hunt rabbits, we use Ozark Trail knives to skin them. So.
Yep. Okay, let's see. If you want to watch real cut tests, go watch Cedric over at, or go watch Pete over at Cedric and Ada. His channel's pretty good with that.
Bouncing.
This knife's actually getting sharper.
Pretty sure. It seems that way. Mine? Oh, I don't think so. It might be. Yeah, help me with that.
Jeez, this is gonna be fun to clean up.
That's biodegradable. I think this one's getting sharper. So now it's just slicing through paper.
I should have brought some twisted sisal rope or something. Something more abrasive than cardboard. Although cardboard's pretty abrasive.
That'll be real test. Should try and do some whittling.
Want to?
Might as well.
Okay, let's do it.
We ain't making no headway with cardboard.
All right, so we're changing this from edge retention testing to just blade performance.
Yeah.
So let's go grab some sticks. All right. Man, we're professionals, aren't we?
Yeah, now we're professionals.
You just scraped the slip joint off.
Well, that's a part of the durability test, isn't it?
There we go. Okay, so let's...
We might be getting somewhere now. Maybe. Definitely not a whittling knife, that's for sure.
This one's actually working pretty good.
This one is...
And while we're at it, this is a great place to test the ergonomics. Whittling is a great way to test ergos. This knife is killing my hand.
This one is...
Is that one bad?
Yeah, it's kind of killing my hand a little bit. Because my whole hand doesn't fit on the knife. I got my pinky finger kind of just...
Dangling.
That's when I go to grip it, it's right on that bend, so it's putting some strain on my hand.
You know, something we could have tested right here when we're talking about the blade is just a sec. I brought my calipers. So we're going to see what the thickness behind the edge is.
Oh, everything's still sharp.
Okay, so zero you out. Thickness behind the edge on the Ozark Trail. .22 thousandths.
Dang.
So 20 thousandths is about where I like to see an EDC knife start. So that's a little bit thick.
A little bit. That one, I imagine it's gonna be a little thick.
Let's see.
Camillus.
Make sure I'm at the right spot. This is kind of a hard measurement to take.
26?
26 thousandths. So definitely thick.
That's thick.
Let's test the Wartech. 20 thousandths.
Right at 20. Look
Okay.
at that.
So not a Civivi than this, but definitely. This one's going to be crazy.
It's like 18.
Oh, it's going to be like 12. 16.
Ah, that was closer.
On the sheep's foot. Okay. And 15 on the clip point. Okay.
Thinnest blades on that one.
All right. Well,
Which we figured.
since it's thinner blade stock.
That's true. thinner blade stuff.
All right, so we have our revised, not edge retention test, but just our blade performance. So we know the thickness behind the edge of all these. I'm going to be testing the Wartech.
I'm going to be testing the little Camillus that we have here. This
doesn't even have a name. It's just called pocket knife.
Yeah, it's
this one is called the
Chunk.
The Chunk. That's a good name.
I like that name. Okay, so I'm going to test the clip point first.
Okay, so let's just do 10. We're just going to do like 5 cuts of cardboard.
5, I like that. 5 cuts.
5 cuts
Keeps
of
it simple.
cardboard. Yeah, see how well it goes through the cardboard. Oh.
Yeah.
That actually was not bad.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I gotta put a lot of force down on it.
Okay, that wasn't bad. What do you think?
That was okay. I'm gonna test the sheep foot out real quick because we found out the sheep's foot was sharper.
Right.
So let me try out that first. Oh, that's way better. See? Ooh,
Okay.
that went tough, really easy, real fast. So
Went duller.
I think the sheep's foot definitely is sharper than the clip point, but they seem to hit a hard spot real quick.
So I guess right now we should give blade performances to these guys. This one sliced really good. So Tantos, you have a little bit of advantage there. 3 CR13 steel. Not sure.
This one is wasn't so good.
I'm going to give blade performance on the Wartech
Look at the way they ground it.
a 6 out of 10. And I'm going to give the performance on the Ozark Trail a 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna go with you with the Camillus Chunk, about a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
It was cutting pretty good, but it wasn't perfect.
Right.
And for the other Camillus, the pocket knife, I'm gonna give it like a 5.
Okay. I think that's fair.
And I mean, you really can't. There's no comfortable way to really. I mean, I'll give it that. It's more comfortable than some of the other ones, but you still. I mean, you put too much force on the back of your knife,
Right.
you're gonna cut your finger off.
So let's go ahead and test the Ergos on these two by going into some wood. Ouch. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I keep about shooting.
Ouch. Okay, I'm done with that. Ow. Ouch. Okay, yeah, we're done there. Ooh,
Yeah.
boy.
No good, because every time I go to hit the piece of wood, it ends up almost pulling the knife out.
Right. This knife
Too
here,
slippery.
sharp angles. Super heavy, too. This knife is so
This one's
heavy.
got some pretty sharp angles on him. Pretty sharp angles. It's slippery, and as it hits these different grains in the piece of wood, it tries to pull the knife out. So
I'm going to give this Wartech a 4 out of 10 on Ergos. I'm going to give this knife here a 6 out of 10 for Ergos.
I'm gonna go with I'm actually gonna go with about a 5.5, 5.5, 6.
Okay.
Because it's not uncomfortable. It's just a little slippery and it's a little bit sharp. But
Right.
as for the Chunk, I'm gonna give it about. Depends on what you're doing.
Right. So how hard did it bite into your hand when you were whittling?
When I was whittling, the grip I had on it, because right when I put my hand on it, it goes right to that little bend right here. I'm gonna give it about a 7 on Ergos, because that's the only uncomfortable. It's not sharp. It's not super uncomfortable. I can actually choke up on him,
And I can definitely see that
and I can actually just move my finger down a little, and I'm comfortable again. So
Okay, good.
so about a 7 for Ergos on that one.
So now let's test the locks.
We have sticks here, and a nice.
I'm just
blade.
realizing that I forgot to bring gloves. But here's what we're going to do.
We can always hold them like that, and then just bonk them with a piece of wood.
Well, I was saying we go like this,
we could.
and we do 5 hard whacks. Okay? The slip joint is
the exception.
we're not going to test the slip joint. Blah, 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 blah. I can't speak.
Okay.
All right. Wartech.
How many hits?
5.
All right. I don't know about this.
Oh boy, we're going to get hurt.
Ready to go.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Look at that, you.
Wow.
Punk. That is awesome. That is 10. That did not try.
Oh my gosh. Look. It gets away from the lock. Oh my gosh.
Look at this. All it did was chip off some paint.
Wow. The lock moved over on that one like this much.
Like all it did, I don't know if you can tell it. All it did was barely chip some paint up in there.
This knife, listen to this. Look, okay, look. See where the blade meets the lock?
It's got a lot more wiggle now.
It just moved. That is, I knew the lockup on this one was crap.
This one, I like this.
Oh.
So far, I'm very impressed with this knife.
Oh dear.
Oh, that got way worse.
And look, the tip just sticks out now. It doesn't close all the way. That detent lash now just keeps the knife so the tip is sticking a little bit out.
Look at that. Perfect, like it's supposed to.
Yeah, this knife completely failed.
This knife, I'm thinking I think at the end we'll give our 100%.
Oh my gosh.
What we're giving them, but I'm starting to like that more.
That is horrible. Yikes, that knife scares me now.
You want to test this? Or you want me to test it?
You can go.
Oh, now it works. Finally.
There you go.
I hope this doesn't fly out.
I was going to say, that lockup, this might be bad. Be careful.
I'm going to keep my hand out the way. Trying to let loose. That.
Oh, yeah, the lock went all the way over. Show.
So it's, when you move the lock.
And we got blade play now.
So, you tell, it is all the way over there now, and now when you go to release it, it's got a lot of wiggle. Let's see. Nothing. Barely
Just
anything.
A little bit.
Barely any
wiggle.
wiggle.
Oh my gosh.
And that handle on that, those scales.
How's the action now? Does it still flip?
Flips better.
It flips better now. There's no resistance.
Now that the blade is loose, now it's like, whoop.
All right, so, scores on lock strength. The Wartech.
F. 0.
I mean, we're supposed to give, we'll give him a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. We're going to go with the Ozark Trail. I'll give a 4.
4 out of 10, I agree with that.
Because it didn't make it
It didn't do this.
But as for the chunk, I'm going to go ahead and give that an 8.
I think 8 is good, too. Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's not perfect. It got a little wiggle afterwards, but it held up. It barely did anything to the lock bar, so I think it's... I'm about 8. About 8 is good enough for that one.
All right, should we throw him now?
Oh, yes. Fine.
Let's do it.
Durability test.
Let's do it. All right, so now we're going to do the...
durability test.
Durability test. So, I wanted to talk... Oh, that just scares me. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about this guy. Something I forgot to mention is that he does not have an over-travel stop, which means the lock bar can come all the way out.
And now the...
and the centering was off towards this side, and now it's off
to the other
side. So, let's
That's
chuck him at a tree.
I like that idea.
I'll let you be the chucker, and I'll just film you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Let's do it. All right, which one are you going to do first?
So I think what we'll do first is your personal favorite.
Oh, geez. The most expensive one and also the most crap one.
Like that? That don't even touch nothing.
Oh, yeah.
See that? It don't even touch no more.
That is gnarly. Okay.
All right, so we're going to throw here at this big old ponderosa pine. 3 throws. I'll be surprised if it doesn't fall apart. And for these tests, we're not trying to stick it in the tree. Oh, good lord.
Oh my gosh.
2 more throws and it might fall apart completely.
What? Knife sandwich.
We'll get that out when we're done.
You know what? I hate to stand here, but for coolness...
I'll make sure not to hit you.
Okay, I'm worried about the ricochet. Hey, you stuck it. Kind of. Yeah, we're not trying to stick him. We're just trying to abuse him.
Now I'm gonna throw as hard as I can.
All right, there's gonna be the slow motion one.
hit the rock behind the tree.
You hit the rock behind the tree.
We'll cut that out. Oh,
How flaccid.
So it may not have been the most fair test, but that's okay. This was trash anyway. Look at the wiggle now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not going to be something we can adjust
Look
out.
at the gash that rock made. And I took a piece of wood out though.
Oh, good. All right, this will be our slow mode in the tree.
Okay. I'll make sure to hit it this time.
All right. Let's see how we
A
did.
little chunk out of the tree. I don't know about you, but I kind of just want to throw it some more.
We'll throw him some more afterwards. So there's his technically 4 throws, but we'll call it 3.
Yeah, we'll just do 4 for the rest of them.
Yeah, we'll do 4 for the rest of them. There we go. Make
We'll
it
just make
fair.
sure not to hit rocks. Okay.
There,
So
yeah, that's on you.
we have our new tart stick.
Yeah. So durability.
Well, it didn't fall apart, so I'm gonna give it a 3. No, I'm gonna give it a 2 because it's about to fall apart. I mean, look. Let's look.
Are our standards that low?
Look at that.
Oh my god.
That is a lot of travel. I mean, is it one of the washers? This thing is. Look at that. You can see they're broken. Both washers are broken in there.
You know what? We'll take them apart after this.
Okay. Slip knot.
All right, the slip joint. You know what? Since we're doing,
12 on both blades.
I was gonna say, since we're doing 4 throws, 2 with one blade, 2 with the other blade.
Fair enough. Stand by this tree. That's a little knife to begin with.
I think I saw the blade go flying.
No, you didn't. It closed.
Oh, it closed.
And even with dirt in there, it's still.
It's already doing better than the Wartech.
First throw, it's already doing better. All right, one more throw with the sheep foot.
Go for it.
Nothing. Look at that.
All right, so all of you old timers out there, you can now get into the throwing knife community with your slip joint.
You might not be accurate with them, but yeah. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, that was pretty cool. How deep it went in.
Oh my gosh, let me focus on that. Focus, camera.
Hey,
Wow.
It was in there.
Okay, and did that little tiny blade bend? Chip?
Don't look like it.
Wow.
That thin blade, I mean, actually, no, it did.
Did it bend?
Can you see down the blade?
Let's see here. Oh, yep.
It bends towards that way, right there.
Yep.
Right where
Still,
we're in the tree.
it's still outperforming the Wartech. And it's not a non-locking knife.
And it still closes.
All right, last throw.
It's barely, but it still closes. All right, last throw.
You're getting good at that.
I'm gonna start throwing old knives. Oh.
Oh, dear heaven.
That's a bend.
How's it close?
What? That still closes. That's weird.
All right. It definitely outperformed the frame lock.
It barely sits on top, and you gotta do is like a little tap, and it goes back down. So it's still completely together, and it is still sound. I'm gonna give that a 5.
I think so.
We got here the Ozark Trail.
All right.
I like the finish on that blade. Now that it's weathered.
Now that it's weathered, I was gonna say you like the abuse on that blade, the love marks,
The love mark.
the character scratches.
Hey,
Hey, it came back to you. It's a boomerang.
the boomerang knife. Ooh. You hear it?
Yeah. Oh boy.
You got 3 more throws. Holy, that was like a needle. Look at that. Oh, dang, son. But got a little more wiggle in it.
There we go.
2 more.
2 more.
Oh, that lock is that's all the way over. That's not even. Didn't even touch it anything.
Oh, geez. This last throw might be the last thing this knife ever does.
It's kind of bounced. Hit with the back, but... Okay. For the old Ozark Trail, I'm going to give it a 4.
I think that's fair.
Because it's still together, but it's wobbling. Now, let's hopefully this one.
Let's hope. Okay. Go for it.
Okay, I'm already liking this knife.
Nothing. Oh my gosh. You know, and this is the only knife on bearings. And people talk a lot that bearings aren't as sturdy as washers. You know what?
Let's find out where the grays smack.
Let's find out what happened. Oh my gosh.
And I even...
You threw that sucker hard.
I threw it hard and it grazed the tree. Nothing.
All right.
Oh, my new work knife.
2 more throws.
2 more throws. All right.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
I am throwing this hard.
Nothing.
There's not even a wiggle in there. Like there's slight from the test, but
I'm sure we'll be able to work that out. Last throw.
holy crap.
Hit the tree and then
Hit the tree and then went like
over the hill and far away.
it kept rolling, so that's gonna be like a super test.
Over all these rocks and everything.
Hit a rock too, I heard it.
What? No.
There's That's a 10 for durability right there. That thing is...
Oh my god.
That is sturdy. I mean, a little deformation on the tip of the blade, but that's because I hit a rock back there on the blade.
Some chipping on blade. Lockup. Oh, and the action's still good.
It is. The lock bar is right where it was when we started.
Thumb
it
studs.
has not changed.
And you're a thumb stud guy, right?
I love me some thumb studs, yes.
Wow. Okay, so right now, real quick, let's just give him a score on carry. I'll start with this guy. And oh, gee, really curse. We should have done this carry score before. Oh wow, look at all the.
Oh, I didn't
There at
notice
the
all the
tip.
deformation on that blade. But let's see.
Wow. Should have done the carry before we destroyed him. It doesn't even close all the way anymore.
Just don't stab yourself.
So. Ooh.
Oh.
It's a heavy knife, but it's narrow, so it, doesn't really bother you that much.
If the blade wasn't sticking out, it'd be different, obviously.
Yeah. I do like that the clip is reversible. That's really cool.
That is nice, except for I wish the screws were sunken.
Yeah, flat screws would have been nice. It is a loop over clip. It's pretty tight. It is deep carry. I'm going to give this knife a 7 on carry. I'm going to give him a 7. It's a 7, yeah.
Well, I'm going to try the, probably my favorite knife of this whole ordeal.
Mine
today.
too.
We're going to try that one. Man, you got... It's a little more, it's a little wider, but, I mean, it's comfortable.
Yeah, and it's a lot lighter than this one.
It's a lot lighter. I mean...
Yeah, tip down.
Tip down, but it's, for what it is, and
it's reversible.
And it is reversible, so...
He's a lefty, so...
I'm going to give that an 8.
Yeah, I agree with an 8. This guy here, the slip joint, just fold him up, slip him in your pocket, put him in a slip if you want. I think the carry on this guy's got to be a 9.
That's a 9, no matter what you do, because it's the thinnest knife we have, and you can do so much with it. I'm afraid to jab it in the crook.
I didn't want this one to fall over on me.
Get out of there.
There we go. Oh, geez, that one scares
me. And
me.
then the Ozark Trail. It doesn't have the nice sunken clip that we...
No, it has kind of
Really
an ugly clip.
It does.
You know, something about the Camilla's clip, it's got that sword on it, the Camilla's sword. I like that. That's cool.
I do like the Camilla sword.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty cool. So for the Ozark Trail, I mean, I don't like that type of clip.
Yeah.
I mean, my Warwolf has one like it, but it's
Yeah,
way different.
but,
It's
different.
It's way
Right.
different. But like the way it has that much knife sticking out, it's super tight. I mean, the only good part is that the knife's thin and a little
Right.
lighter, but I'm gonna give that about a 6.
Okay.
The least, well,
So it goes first, second, wait,
that one, this one,
that one, this one.
yeah, because that one had
Yeah.
a little issues. So did this one, but yeah.
So now we're going to take them apart because
Why not?
why not? All right, let's take apart the Wartech, and while we're here, let's look at the
Damage.
yeah, that's gross. 3CR steel. Look at that.
Right there. Look at that.
That's horrible. Okay, and it doesn't close up anymore. Wow, this knife is
I mean,
just.
and it for being. I mean, look at that. None of our other knives actually had really any damage on their
On the scales.
scales.
You know, this
And they
one.
have plastic scales except for one.
This one was the most expensive.
And probably the most
It's
breakable.
a steel frame lock.
Yeah,
you
you'd
know?
think that this would have been the strongest. You know, you got that. That's a chunk of metal. Supposed to hold that blade in place, but
So I got my T8 here. I'm guessing the pivot is T8. What's the hardware?
quite a bit smaller.
T6. Okay, so T8 pivot. Oh boy. And you said that you saw that the washers came apart.
The washers look like they're either broken or breaking. So.
And that screw
It's
is that
stripped?
No, it's
Oh,
coming.
not quite.
And I don't care so much if I lose the hardware. A little bit of blue Loctite. I say okay.
Yeah, I wish you would have made the blade a little more sturdy. Be fine.
Okay. See, I don't understand why they did.
Got that spring, eh? That's probably why they have that extra piece of metal.
Yeah, they have that extra piece of metal for the spring. That's right.
Yeah. 'Cause remember
The
that one
spring
that I
didn't
had
break,
surprisingly.
surprisingly, so that's kind of nice.
Oh yeah, look at those. Look at that washer.
Wow.
The other one too. Look at
The
it.
other one's starting to go. This one done went.
That's gone.
Wow. Do I even want to put this back together?
They had a nice blade. You clean it up.
I mean, we could sharpen the blade up, see if it works for anything. Might as well put it back together and see if we can fix some of the issues.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, dear heavens. Look what happened to the stop pin in the lock strength test.
Oh, it's a little broken. You can see that, but
Wow.
clearly that is it's bad. That is so broken.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, we're not even gonna put this guy back together. I'm sorry.
It's been seared.
You know what else cost $25? A rat one.
Yeah, and that knife's gonna be way more durable. That's way better money. Way better money spent.
Jeez. Okay, so we're just gonna throw all that crap there. We're not gonna disassemble the slip joint because we can't. So let's get this guy. Oops, got my T6 still. Swap that out for a T8. Is that gonna come out? Nope, that is a free spinning pivot. All right, get out of here.
Our personal favorite.
Personal favorite. So I've actually taken one of these apart. I actually want to see right now what happens if we adjust that screw. Took the centering off. Centering back a little bit. No blade play.
It's back to being perfect. A little bit of blade damage, and that's all you got on that.
Centering is a little bit off, but it's not rubbing, so.
That is
so nice.
That is very nice.
Okay, well, you know what? That's all we're going to do right there. I think that's all we need to.
The only thing wrong with it is that blade damage.
Yeah.
Because there is no damage on the scales, really.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go into our final opinions on the folding knife cheap Olympics, and we'll...
0. Piece of crap. Burn it. Garbage.
Throw it into the fires of Mount Doom.
All these extra pieces along with it. Broken washer. Piece of crap. Absolute garbage.
Don't hurt its feelings.
You just tore it apart. Its feelings have been destroyed just like the blade itself. It's gone.
Let's get into the final conclusions.
So,
okay, so that concludes the first part of our budget knife Olympics. So, what did we think? So
I think
obviously,
we know who won is what I think we know.
Oh, yeah, who won? Who won?
I won. That's for sure.
That's right.
I mean, you bought absolute garbage.
Okay,
crumbled like a beer can.
Yeah, it did. That blade literally crumbled like a beer.
It's got so much deformation on the... Look at that. Just look at the tip of that blade. Like, there's not a straight edge on that.
It's serrated now.
Yeah, just on the tip.
Oh, jeez.
Now you got some nice scales to do something with.
Might
maybe
get them Cerakote, use them for another project. I don't know. Jeez.
You never know.
So
inlay them on this.
Hey, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
We'll show you what we're talking about
later. So, I'm going to fix the blade damage on this guy while we talk. I'm using this very simple system just to see how easy it is. But, so obviously these knives are going to have their own cumulative scores from everything that we gave them going up to this.
Yeah.
But right now, our final opinions on how good these knives are. Let's give it a 1 out of 5. Okay?
With the crap one?
So with the crap one...
A 1? Okay.
A 0.2.
So we're going to go up to like a 5-star rating for a knife.
Right.
All right, gotcha.
Right. So yeah, a 1 star on the Wartech. And like we said, it's the most expensive.
Yeah, out of all of them.
And as a, kind of as a benchmark, you can take your Ontario Rat 1. This is the one in Aussate steel. $25. This one, how much was that one? Was it 25 or?
25.
$25. No.
You get a beer can.
No, just no. Yeah, that 3CR steel is basically Play-Doh.
Yep. And it hit the rock with the side, with the scale. Not even the blade hit the rock.
Yeah, that came from the tree.
This one hit the blade on the rock, and it barely did any damage. That's just ridiculous. I mean, as we got for... What do you think about the...
So this one kind of did exactly what I thought it would do. That lockup, this is not a usable knife anymore. At all.
No, it's loose. The lockup's even...
Yeah, I was going to say, when you do this, you can see it flexing. So, not good at all. At all.
So, well, out of 5. 2? 1?
2. Yeah, let's give it a 2.
What about a 2 for the old Ozark Trail over here? And what do you think about the Camillus?
This actually really surprised me.
That one really did too.
It did. And I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm going to give that a 4.
For today's purposes. If we're comparing that against this on a scale of 1 to 5, or the Warwolf.
Or, this bad boy.
Definitely this would be like a 2. But for what we did today, 4.
It's a 4, yeah.
It's a 4.
For what we have today. I mean, and obviously, for that, I'll give it a 4.
I'll give it a 4 too. And this guy, this hunk of
that is our
testosterone.
That is our number 5 for the day.
Yeah, this one gets a 5. And yeah, that's already coming out.
There you go. Blade straight again, more or less. Yeah. All right,
okay. So we're gonna make another video testing a bunch of budgety fixed blades, including, just to get you guys excited. Yeah.
So stay tuned for that one.
Alrighty. We've been Gideon Stuff and Austin.
Gideon Stuff and company.
I've been Gideon.
I've been Austin.
And this has been Gideon Stuff.
This is Gideon Stuff.
We'll see you in the next one.